So the reason Steph said, God damn it, is when we mentioned that we're playing the game, is we're trying something new. Wayne had this awesome idea earlier. Yeah. We're gonna play the game on the podcast.
Awesome are the only kind of ideas that I ever have. So we're gonna actually record the video of the game right now and present it to the internet on our YouTube channel as sort of like a game show.
I'm the most physically attractive guest that you get, so it's a good start.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. John was pretty handsome.
I will not let John Zangwell fucking upstage me.
Those flowing fucking locks.
I'm not saying that he's not a silver fox, but come on.
Yeah.
You don't know what our mannerisms are if you've only heard our voices.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, shit. They're going to see my face.
Yeah. Well,
like, not just my face, but like my facial expressions.
Yeah. They're going to really get to know you.
Intimately.
Biblically. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Biblically. Jesus fucking Christ.
So that's what we're doing. So anyway, let's play a game.
Woo! Let's
we need the music.
That. I know. I didn't know how far we were going with that.
Yeah, I don't know. We're making this up as we go along.
Cheers!
Cheers, Internet, and welcome to Happy Fun Time Games, the podcast trivia segment that is a little like the Wu-Tang Clan. Only a little.
Because it's forever.
Because it's forever. We are joined today, if you're watching this on YouTube, with Ethan from Stickman Brews. Good friend of the podcast, been on the show a lot of shenanigans. We are going to play Happy Fun Time Games now, and for the first time ever, you get to see it. In today's episode, we are playing Bad Beer Reviews. You know it. You love it.
Yes!
Yes. I've sifted through the mountains of beer reviews on beeradvocate.com to unearth some of the most poetic and eloquent ruminations on libations forever etched into the digital facade of the internet. I will present snippets of these beer reviews with certain words or phrases removed, and you must guess between two options, which are the actual words of the author and which I made up. But we are going to begin in time-honored tradition to my left with Dan to guess first on our first question. Now, our first two reviews of this game are of the Malice from Iron Springs Brewery in Fairfax, California. The Malice, in case you're wondering, is a French oak-aged version of their 11% barley wine called the Menace. According to our two reviewers, that oak aging is what put the Malice into the Menace. Beginning with our first review, our reviewer claims the beer was murky, dark reddish brown in the glass. It smelled like walking by a horrific car wreck and tasted like it was aged on burnt tires or dry hopped with charcoal.
I'm going to go A.
Dan is going burnt tires. Steph, what do you think?
I'll also say A.
Also saying burnt tires. And finally, Ethan.
Yeah, I'm going to say A, burnt tires, because it's actually a real thing.
Everybody's saying A. Everybody is correct. It tasted like it was aged on burnt tires.
I mean, it fits in with the car wreck analogy.
Exactly. Expounding upon the description, the reviewer continues, a little caramel flavor comes out mid-palate before the burnt rubber returns tenfold to molest the palate, and it brings an abusive amount of bittering hops with it. I couldn't even choke down a 3-ounce glass.
Molest the palate.
Molest
and abuse
the palate with bittering hops.
The palate.
You know, we get it.
Yeah, we get it.
You know,
that's kind of the point. Ethan, I would really like you. I know we always give you names for beers that you never use, but
molest the palate.
No. Abusive bittering hops.
Abusive bittering hops has a really good chance of becoming.
Yeah, I mean,
that sounds like a Stickman. That's the most Stickman sounding name you guys have ever said to me. Abusive bittering hops. Molesting the palate will not get past Kate. I gotta tell you, the biggest problem, if you want me to be completely honest with you, you take it up with Kate about what some of your very vulgar beer names that I'm very pro do not make it. I've been advocating for a guillotine beer for quite some goddamn time. And
I have a question. Can we call Kate and ask her what it's like under that bus?
Poor Kate.
Here's the thing about Kate. She's the only one with any common sense. If it wasn't for Kate, we'd be out of business because me and Jim would have been canceled 19 times.
Fair enough. Speaking of Steph, you are up to guess first on our next review of the game. Same beer, the Malice Oak-Aged Barley Wine. Our second review offers a similar take to the first. On the aroma, they say it smelled oaky with some currants and red wine notes. On the taste, they mention grapefruit and way too much oak, saying it was like orange juice garnished with sawdust or pine sol aged in an oak tree.
I'm going to say pine sol.
Pine sol in an oak tree. Ethan, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the orange juice one.
All right.
Because it sounds like it's just so far off from what the beer probably actually is.
Fair enough. Orange juice with sawdust. Dan?
I'm gonna go B.
Dan and Steph going B. They are both correct. Woo! Pine sol aged in an oak tree. This guy really didn't like the oaky notes. He said it basically smelled like sweet oak, tasted of freaking oak, and way too much oak going on there. Oak. I don't like oak.
It's wild that you would buy the French oak aged beer.
Yeah, we don't like
Well,
oak.
apparently, backstory, based on the reviews that I read, this beer was actually served maybe only once at a Frickin' Fest. And like 2 people reviewed it. And those are the 2 reviews. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because like why would anybody ever have room to make anything experimental when you're getting free samples or something?
Yeah, exactly. Moving on to our next review of the game, we are on to Ethan to guess first. Our next 2 reviews, again, are of the same beer. They are of Amsterdam Maximator. Ostensibly a Doppelbock, but really just a dressed-up malt liquor. At 11.6% ABV, the Maximator is the strongest of the Amsterdam series of beers, which are brewed by Grolsch in the Netherlands. The series also includes such classics as Navigator, Explorator, and the non-alcoholic Liberator.
Yeah.
We're concerned only with the Maximator, and our first reviewer had this to say. They only bought the beer because it was cheap and strong. They say it smelled of alcohol and sawdust, and listed the characteristics of the taste as alcohol, fermented sugar, which is alcohol, corn nuts, and is it a hint of earwax in the finish, or the distilled essence of burnt facial hair?
Oh.
Ethan,
I'm
you're
gonna go with a hint of earwax.
fair enough. Going with a hint of earwax. Dan, what do you think?
I want to go with the burnt facial.
Oh, going with the burnt facial hair. We have a split opinion. Steph?
Yeah, I was
Good
thinking burnt facial hair also.
Oh, Dan and Steph going with burnt facial hair. They are both wrong. Because
Sick.
it's earwax. Yes.
Sick.
Earwax in the finish. They conclude the review with the warning: consume this only for getting drunk or preparing your taste buds for eating handfuls of Thai chilies. So there you go.
Oh.
Got a bunch of Thai chilies to eat.
Where the fuck does that come from? These people on the internet are just like, those are your 2 options. Like, get fucked up or like eat one variety of chili pepper exclusively with the this pairs with that earwax we all know
Goes
pairs
well.
with Thai chili, which we also all know are meant to just be eaten straight out of a bowl like fucking
Yeah,
grapes.
like
what?
up fine and then down the hatch.
I see nothing wrong with eating a bowl of Thai chilies.
Of course not.
Of course not. Of course not.
I just like, oh man.
All right, moving on to our next review of the game. This is also Maximator review number 2. He says, this beer has the typical wet cardboard appearance of a lager, a dirty
Wait,
straw.
what? What?
That's what he said. I'm just reading what he said. A dirty straw, musty alcohol aroma, and tastes of, and Dan, you're up on this one, does taste of Skittles dissolved in paint thinner and balsamic vinegar,
Oh, God.
or diapers left in cold alcohol and put in the yard for a week.
Skittles. That just sounds way more visceral to me. Oh, fuck.
Dan is saying Skittles. Steph, you're up next.
No, I'm saying the other one, the diaper one.
Steph is saying diapers. We got Skittles. We got diapers. Ethan, what do you think?
I'm team diaper.
I'm Team Diaper. We're going to isolate back left. Team Diaper wins it. It is diapers.
You know why? Because the flavor notes of that reminded me of the earwax. I'm trying to approach this like a critical tasting panel.
Right? No, I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So yes, he compares the Maximator to diapers dipped in cold alcohol and left in the yard for a week. His final thoughts read, "It takes a real man to drink a can of this. Crush the can and chuck it on the floor."
Yeah,
brother. That's what he
just toss it to the side. That's what men do.
That's what men do.
Throw their trash into the middle of the floor.
Exactly. We are moving on to our penultimate review of the game, everybody.
Man.
Which means Steph's up first to guess. Yes, ultimate pen ultimate. Our next is a single review for Black Pepper Porter by Bandwagon Brewery, located in the small town of Interlake among the Finger Lakes of upstate New York. Information on this beer was kind of hard to come by because the brewery is now closed, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But what I can tell you about this beer, Black Pepper Porter, it is a porter. It is made with black pepper, but I don't even know the ABV. But there you go. It existed once. So, Steph, the reviewer of this beer seems like a real fun character. They say they had the beer on tap at the brewery and that it had, quote, zero implication of a head, no carbonation at all, and looked like blackberry juice. After noting only the, quote, tiniest hint of black pepper in the back of the nose, they go on to say that it tasted like, is it dead leaves dipped in moldy creamed corn or a cold, limp, lightly peppered noodle? Steph, you're up first.
I know, but I was enjoying your dance.
Okay. I know you were thinking really hard of waiting for someone else.
I don't know. I don't want you to have to repeat them, so I'll just
Cream
say whatever.
corn or
I'll just say
a noodle.
the limp noodles bullshit.
Limp noodle. When in doubt, go with the limp noodle. Ethan, what do you think?
The cream corn, I would say.
Going with the cream corn. Again, divided opinion. Dan, what do you think?
I'm going limp noodle.
Dan, always go limp noodle. Good strategy this time because it is correct. A cold, limp, lightly peppered noodle.
That's a concern I brought up to my urologist.
That's how I've often been described.
Yeah, right. So anyway, this reviewer is
Rachel,
a real class act. This review was amazing to read. He says, I don't feel my serving was representative of the beer, but they served it to me and continued to serve it to others, even after I told them it was off. Every bartender loves to hear that, don't they?
Oh.
He said, why did they serve this to me? This is disgusting. I told the bartender this, and she agreed, gives me a different beer, and then continues to serve the swill to everyone else. You have the nerve to call yourself a craft brewery.
Jesus.
And then serve this? ? Indignation. Here's the thing, like the complaints are valid, I mean, sure. And I'm sure the brewer would want to know if the tap system was fucking up the quality of the beer somehow, wasn't getting carbonated.
I bet you $1,000 it was a Birkin. I will bet you $1,000. I will bet you $1,000 it was just a normal ass Birkin. I bet you $1,000
if you haven't already had enough of this guy, he even used the word nonplussed.
This guy's got to be a riot at every party he goes to.
Oh my God. He's one of these people who's never gotten his ass kicked, you know?
Yeah, but probably should have many times over.
Yeah. You get to a certain age of your life where you've never gotten punched in the face once and you just become that guy. Like,
I don't know. I've never been punched in the face, and I don't think I'm that guy.
All right, so we're coming up on our last review of the game. So we're going to recap the scores real quick. We have Dan and Ethan tied with 3 points each. Not too bad, but slightly ahead with 4 points. The leader is Steph, poised to win the game and get absolutely nothing for it. But that's where we stand. So we're going to let Steph guess. Wait, how do we do this?
I go first.
It's your
Steph
thing.
goes first. I always forget how this works. It's not complicated. I'm not stupid. I swear to God, I'm really not. Just sometimes my brain doesn't work. So yeah, Steph's going to go first because she's in the lead. Ethan and Dan are going to go second and third in whatever order I deem appropriate. Our last beer of the game comes from Sadler's Ales in England.
I really wish there was a Stickman beer in this game.
I know, right? There should be. It's a
that would be the best.
mild 5% ABV, and it's either a winter warmer, a winter amber, or an international red ale, depending on who you ask.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Say them again?
Winter. So it was a winter warmer, an international red ale, which is a red ale from another country.
Yes, I can gather that.
No, but I'm
Nice.
saying like it's not really a thing. Or what do they call? Oh, winter amber.
Beer Advocate is a community of really thoughtful beer enthusiasts.
It's 5%. It's one of those styles that we mentioned. It's called Reindeer, which is seasonally appropriate, but the spelling is as confused as the style because there's a G in reindeer.
What?
Like rein it in?
REIGN.
Yeah, like Reign of the King, or yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's not how you actually spell reindeer, right?
No, it's not. I
All right.
double checked because I thought I was living in it. I thought it was a
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
Right, yeah. Like the Berenstain versus
But
Berenstein
no,
beers.
yeah, I don't know why they
Bears,
call it
beers.
reindeer.
Reagan deer.
Yeah, Reagan deer. Trickles down.
Trickle down.
The beer that
Santa.
trickles down.
Trickle down presents.
Steph is guessing first. We'll talk about the reviewer of this beer. Giving a rotten rating, our reindeer reviewer says the beer has not the greatest aroma, with notes of toffee and stomach acid. Okay. And the mouthfeel is greasier than an awkward middle schooler's upper lip at their first school dance,
Wow.
or thinner than Kate Moss after 3 months of the runs.
Okay, I'm going to say the second one because I really hope you didn't come up with that.
Fair enough. All right. Steph is saying Kate Moss. Ethan, why don't you guess next?
I'm going to go with Kate Moss too, and for the same reason.
All right. I like it. And finally,
Ethan and I are tied, right?
yes.
Whatever he didn't say.
He didn't say A.
Yeah, I figured.
You know what he didn't say? He didn't say the wrong answer. He said the right
God damn it.
because it was thinner than Kate Moss after 3 months of the runs. So that's what they said about it. They sum up their thoughts with the prediction. They suspect it will spoil many Christmases. That's the end of the game, folks.
God.
This is where we stand. Dan didn't move at all. He was wrong on the last one. Steph
I tend to not move.
picked up another point, as did Ethan. Not enough to take the lead. Dan is in last place with 3 points. Ethan
That's right.
coming up in second place with 4, and with the gold medal is Steph with 5 out of 6 points.
It's the first time I ever didn't totally lose.
Since I actually won, you better put this on YouTube.
All right, well, it's going to be on YouTube. You know what else is going to be on YouTube? The following people's names, because this is the part of the podcast where we shout out our most generous patrons on Patreon, people who donate at the second or the highest level. And we would like to thank them for keeping the lights on here at Beer Busters virtual headquarters. The following individuals, beginning with Dana.
Pow, pow, flavor, cool shit. Fuck yeah.
Sean Sullivan,
And I think, oh, look at that cat.
EA Brew Review,
I would be like, oh my God.
Topher Simmons, Poor Man's Brewing Company,
I've just been using my nose, not my mouth nose.
Chill Chivers.
Especially if you jam it in hard enough that nothing comes out through the hole. Yeah.
Wow. James Lamberg.
Cake. Oh,
That's classic. Eric Dixon.
Hell yeah.
Jen McDonald.
Peanuts.
Brian Mills.
You don't know their cats.
You don't know their cats. Ron McDonald.
Washing.
And finally, the one and only that's no baloney, Joe Mansell.
I would whoop Yoda's ass.
We'll whoop Yoda's ass. If you want to find out how you can get on this list, how you can get cool behind the scenes perks, we do last call. We used to do punishment videos. We will again when the world is normal. Go to patreon.com/beerbusters. Check it out. Tell your friends. Thanks. Cheers.